Hello, Home Slices. It's Kiera with Home Slice Adulting, coming to you with the Driving Home series. And if any of you are familiar with this series, you might be asking, hey, hey, what is Kiera doing this on a Thursday? Driving Home is a Friday series. Well, there's two reasons why this is not on its regularly scheduled day. Reason number one is because I have not created a video in a minute for you all. I was out of town from Wednesday of last week till Tuesday morning of this week, visiting family in Ohio. My sister is there. She just got engaged and they had this 3-day Memorial Weekend engagement celebration that, you know, included, you know, all of our immediate family members and some of her, you know, groom-to-be's family members as well, and their friends. They met in college, so a lot of their college friends were there, and it was just a weekend long of activities and all that type of thing. So I decided to engage with my family to not take a bunch of photos or videos or do any posts on YouTube, because, you know, people having their screens out all the time just ruins certain experiences. So for me, when I am having a good time or doing something fun, I try to live in the moment and limit the amount of pictures and things that I take and try to have those memories. So for that reason, I didn't really post anything, or I haven't posted anything in like over a week now. So I'm giving this to you all a little bit early. Another reason that I am giving this to you all early is because on tomorrow I have agreed to chaperone a retreat at the school that I work at, and that includes an overnight stay. So I am going to be going to a big slumber party, kind of. It has a purpose. I'm not going to get into the details of what the actual event is, but I did agree to be a chaperone. And I guess what I want to talk about today is about how sometimes you just hate your previous self for agreeing to do things like weeks ahead of time. For whatever reason, when I was thinking about committing to being a chaperone for this, I was not thinking about all the other stuff that I had agreed to do earlier this week. So on Tuesday morning, my boyfriend and I get in at the Seattle-Tacoma airport at like 12:15 in the morning. My intention was, like a couple weeks ago, was to be like, all right, so we get back at midnight on Tuesday. Why don't I just take all of Tuesday off so I can have this buffer between the time I need to go to work? Because that's always the best way to go. When you go on vacation and you come back, it sucks to have to go to work the next day. So creating that buffer for yourself where you have a day to like unpack, do laundry, decompress, get your mind prepared to go back to work, that's the best thing to do, right? But I was intending on doing that, and right before I hit that request off button in our payroll system, I looked at my work calendar and saw that I had agreed to chaperone a 6th grade field trip. And I was like, dang, what was going on that I could not put 2 and 2 together, that the day I returned from like a 5-day trip to Ohio was the same day that I would have to chaperone 11-year-olds. Like, what was going on with me that I didn't realize this? So I need to sync my calendars up so I can make sure, because my personal life, I have my own personal Google Calendar that I use, and that's for like school and personal stuff, right? And I have my work calendar, of course, for work stuff, and those calendars don't really communicate to each other unless they're on my phone. But I like to look at the web version of the calendar when I agree to do stuff, and looking at the web version, it doesn't connect to my personal calendar. So I need to get better about that. But anyways, so I decided that because we got in so late, because like we don't live that close to the airport, right? So we got into the airport at like 12:15, but if you account for the time it takes to walk to get a ride share and then wait for them to get there, and then we took a pool, you know how they have Lyft pool or Uber share, whatever it's called, Lyft share. They pick up other people in the same car with you at a discounted price. So we didn't get home until probably 1:30ish. And when you've had that much excitement going on, that much activity and stuff going on, it takes a while to wind down. So I don't know what time I went to sleep, but I decided that because we got in so late, I was going to meet the 6th graders and the other chaperones at the actual activity instead of going into work at my normal time. So I only got a few hours of sleep that night, and then we had an after-school meeting on that night. Then we had, instead of having a regular school day on the following day, on Wednesday, we had a teach-in, kind of like in-service day with the students there, where we did a bunch of workshops, and I helped to co-facilitate one of the workshops. So the workshops that we did were on like these heavy topics like race, class, privilege, stuff like that. And if y'all don't know anything about emotional labor or like being emotionally drained, having to talk about race all day is like emotionally draining to me. So after having that emotionally draining day, I also had class on Wednesday night. So class went until 9:30, and then we have a group project that me and a group are doing because our quarter is coming to an end. So our group met up for probably another 30 minutes or so, 25 or 30 minutes after class let out. So I didn't leave campus till around 10 p.m. I had to stop and get something to eat. By the time I went to bed, it was probably 11:15, and it still took time for me to wind down. So I didn't get much sleep yesterday either. So today is Thursday, and I have some stuff to do because I am spending the night at my workplace on tomorrow for this it's more than a sleepover. I just don't want to get into the details of what this actual event is, but since I will be sleeping over at work, I have to make sure that I have, you know, my air mattress, that I have a bag packed and all that stuff. So I have things to do. But yeah, thank goodness there's no class today. But like, my previous self didn't realize that I had agreed to do so many things in 1 week. Like, I haven't been getting much sleep, and this has just been a crazy week for me. And part of me is like, girl, what's wrong with you? And the other part of me is like, you know, I'm a lot more strong and capable than I thought than I thought I was. Okay, there's something disturbingly gratifying about being able to do a lot of things in a little amount of time. And I hope that made sense. Disturbingly gratifying is probably a term that I'm going to use from here on out. Like, I feel like we as a society now glorify being able to do like a million things at once and equate that to being strong or having a good hustle or something like that. And even though the things that I'm doing are kind of on a volunteer basis, or, you know, I'm not being paid extra for doing any of these things, it feels good to be able to kind of do it all. And so I guess that kind of plays into the black woman, superwoman type of thing. For those of you who don't know, in the black community, the black woman is lauded as kind of a superwoman who does it all, who is always giving of herself so other people can have. And there's this kind of standard that you have to live up to as a black woman, that you have to do it all. And I think if you, or for me, I'm going to speak for myself in this instance, that having this week where I feel like I'm kind of having to do it all and being able to come out okay and not be going totally crazy is kind of like a badge of honor. And that's weird. That's weird. I need to do some self-examination on that one, because that's a little odd. Then I get so much gratification out of this. But I had a pretty good time with my family. They had too many activities planned. So when y'all go on vacation, like, there's like two types of vacationers. No, there's one type of vacationer, but they like to do two different things when they're on vacation. So when I'm on vacation, I like to do 60% activities and 40% nothing. Okay, because vacation for me is about relaxation, and I can't relax if we're doing activity after activity after activity. Now, when we were in New York, we planned a lot of things to do, and we still didn't get to do everything that we wanted to do. But that was one tiring vacation because it was activity after activity after activity back to back. But it was, you know, New York. It was something that no one who went on the trip had experienced before. So it was kind of like, oh, we want to, you know, see it all in the city that never sleeps. Which, you know, there were some times where we had planned to do stuff and I was like, I am tired, y'all. I need to get some rest. So 60% activities for me and 40% rest. What is you all's vacation ratio? Okay. Some people are like, all right, we're going to do 90% activities and only 10% rest. And that 10% rest is when you go to sleep at the end of every night. Okay. There's some people, it's like, you know, 100% let's go, 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 get as little sleep as possible. We're going to party. We're going to do this. We're going to go scuba diving. I don't know. So tell me what y'all's activity ratio was. But anyways, because this was kind of a vacation for me, in addition to it being, you know, a time where you spend time with family and you celebrate, you know, this engagement, for me, it was like being away from school, you know, my school responsibilities and my work responsibilities and my home responsibilities. I just wanted to chill personally. So I had to opt out of some of the activities because either I wanted to get more sleep or, no, mostly because I wanted to get more sleep or, you know, because I wanted to chill or whatever. So, yeah. But overall, it was a pretty good trip. And, yeah, it was great to see my family. I hadn't seen most of my immediate family members in almost a year. So it was good to see them. But you all tell me what y'all's vacation ratio is. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. Thank you all for watching, and peace out, home slices.